Hi friends, how are you? Hope you all are doing well. I'm Ashish and welcome to Wordle Everyday. Today I'm going to solve Minute Cryptic. Minute Cryptic is a kind of puzzle and you're given a clue. And today's clue is awkward silence after beloved ultimately says I do not. We have to guess what it is. So let me tell you how to decode this, how to crack the puzzle. See, here's the clue. Awkward silence after beloved ultimately says I do not. This whole sentence consists of indicator words, definition words, and fodder. And this puzzle looks like a straightforward puzzle, like awkward silence after beloved ultimately says, I do not. Have you ever been in a situation where your beloved said something to you and you feel like, it's been awkward situation for you? Are we here looking for some synonyms of silence? Or, like I said, it looks direct, but maybe there's some hidden meaning to this sentence. And we are after that meaning, I think. But I sometimes, you know, this is very awkward silence after beloved ultimately says, I do not. Ultimately is an adverb, and what this adverb is doing there, ultimately. But we can say this sentence in a very straightforward manner, like awkward silence after beloved says, I do not. Ultimately is the, I think, is the indicator word here. Ultimately says, I do not. Awkward silence after beloved ultimately says, I do not. I don't think this puzzle is like it seems very straightforward, but it's anything but straightforward. Let's play. We need to guess eight-letter words. Eight-letter words. Awkward silence after beloved ultimately says, I do not. Let me take a hint. Just one hint. The clue indicators are awkward, after, and ultimately. One of these is a selection indicator telling us which letters from some neighboring fodder to focus on. Another is an anagram flagging that we'll need to jumble some nearby letters. And a third simply guides us to reposition one chunk of fodder related to another. Okay. So awkward, after, and ultimately are indicator words. They indicate something. Ultimately, as I said, what ultimately is doing there? Ultimately is an adverb. What it is doing there? Ultimately says I do not. I do not. Ultimately means the focus this part of this sentence. Awkward silence after beloved. Awkward is indicator word, and there's a word like anagram, and you have to jumble the word like silence and beloved. I think these are for us, and ultimately says I do not. This is the definition part. Yes, I do not is the definition part. Silence and beloved are for us. So let's, if this is the definition, I do not is the definition. I do not. Ultimately says I do not. I do not. Means disagree. Let's check. Disagree. No, disagree is not a word. Uh, but we are looking for, I think we are looking for the synonyms of disagree here. And the answer lies somewhere as two words, silence and beloved. Awkward silence. Anagram. Means, yes, silence. Let me write silence here. Silence. We need to jumble this word or, and after beloved. After beloved. D. Beloved. Silenced. Silenced. D. Or, 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 I do not disagree. I do not disagree. If you disagree to a person, you said, I disagree with. If someone offer you something, if someone offer you something and you don't take it, what would you do? Or what would you say? You decline, right? Decline. Yes, decline is the word. Declined. Decline. Silence. Declines. 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 Silence. Yes. Let's just check these declines. Yes, got it. So here's the explanation for this. Awkward silence after beloved ultimately says I do not. Here the definition part is says I do not. That's the definition part. Says I do not. Means you declines. Means you disagree, but disagree is not the word because the further words are silence and beloved. Here they give you silence and beloved. After is an indicator. Means you choose D and silence. You jumble the silence. Yes. So if you like my video, subscribe. See you then. Take care and stay safe.